Welcome, gamers, to Board Games and Beyond, where we talk about what's news and what's new in the board gaming industry. So let's start it right off with the biggest thing we always talk about, what's news. From Czech Games, they have their newest edition of Pictomania. Pictomania is the drawing game where everybody draws and everybody guesses all at the same time. Now it's even better. All the word cards have been revised for this new edition with a brand new look. I mean, that looks amazing right there. And if you want to find out more about Pictomania, check out czechgames.com. Warsaw City of Ruins by North Star Games is our next little story. It's coming real soon to a store near you. And in Warsaw City of Ruins, players develop a district of Warsaw from the 1600s through to the present day. Can you create the most bustling district while weathering the destruction of 2 world wars? With choices of residential areas, commercial complexes, cultural facilities, parks, industrial facilities, and over 35 unique Warsaw buildings and landmarks, Warsaw City of Ruins will give players endless replayability due to its simple rules and deep strategic gameplay. Now, we've had an opportunity to actually play some of this and do some video content around it. If you want to check that out, you can find that on the Game Trade Media YouTube channel, Warsaw City of Ruins. We had Bruce come in from North Star Games. We had a blast, and Leona won. So, got to beat her next time. But if you want to find out more about Warsaw City of Ruins, check out northstargames.com/products/Warsaw City of Ruins, dashed it between all those words there. But we'll post that up so you guys can find it. Just click that link. Check it out. It's going to be amazing. Also, now this one is big story, big news. Overlight by Renegade Game Studios. Coming soon. Welcome to Overlight, a role-playing game of kaleidoscopic fantasy among the shards of a broken world. It's a world in which 7 great continents hang in the sky, stacked almost vertically, far above an unending sparkling sea, and shining down upon it all is a limitless light, emanating not from a great sun or moon, but from the sky itself, the hallowed Overlight. Now, this is a role-playing game where we've also had an opportunity to sit down and play with Paul and George, and we have some video content of that as well, but you can also see that over on the Renegade Game Studios pages and on their YouTube as well. So you want to check out renegadegamestudios.com/overlight for all the details. There's also a couple Facebook groups. There is an Overlight Facebook group. If you are interested in this role-playing game, jump in there. Lots of great information being thrown about between the creators, the publishers, the players, because at Gen Con, there was a lot of playing going on of Overlight. So check that out. And then finally, for the news portion today, if you are familiar with Game Trade Magazine and you'd like to ask any questions of the editor, please go over to the Game Trade Magazine Facebook page, or just look at this card right here and you can send the editor your questions about gaming and the magazine and all sorts of other fun stuff. So just check that out and send him all your questions. Jerome will love you for it. And that brings us to what's new this week at your local game store. What's new? All right, so from Thames and Cosmos, we have Exit, the Sunken Treasure. Setting sail for dangerous waters, you embark on a treacherous quest for the legendary treasures of the Santa Maria. While investigating a mysterious shipwreck, something goes terribly wrong, and you are trapped deep underwater. Can you solve the riddles of the wreck and recover the treasure before your time is up? This game has a difficulty level of 2 of 5, and there is a helper app as well, as all the Exit games have. So you can download the Exit app and play the Sunken Treasure and have a great time with your friends, and hopefully you survive and escape the sunken ship. If you want to find out more about Exit and many other games by Thames and Cosmos, check out thamesandcosmos.com. There's a lot more to it. Just follow the link that we'll be posting up, and you can find out all the great information there. Next, huge fan, Dungeons & Dragons RPG, The Tomb of Mercy. The Tomb of Mercy was built centuries ago to house arks that would preserve the souls of humanity from an infernal invasion. Now, you must travel to the wasted west, unseal the tomb, and send the last ark safely on its journey. Fail, and humanity faces extinction. In Tomb of Mercy, players compete with the GM in a race against time to see if humanity can be saved, or if the fiendish servants of the Hells corrupt the world. This adventure for 8th level heroes includes special timekeeping and resurrection mechanics to keep the pace exciting and the plot moving, 3 printable sets of cards for use during play, 6 gates, 6 mountains, and 6 wardens, 6 new monsters and 9 new magical items created specifically for this adventure. There are 6 pre-generated level 8 characters, so prepare to delve into the Tomb of Mercy, where the Horned Daughter of Famine and her minions await. If you want to find out more, this is by Kobold Press, so go over to koboldpress.com and check out Tomb of Mercy. That's really cool. And next we have Magic the Gathering CCG Global Series, featuring, I don't want to butcher these names, but I think it's Jiang Yanggu versus Mu Yanling display. So Jiang Yanggu, if they woke up with no memories, most people would give in to despair and panic. Instead, Yanggu gave himself a new name, grabbed his sentient hound friend, and set off on an epic quest for answers. Mu Yanling, unbowed by the losses that have haunted her life, Yangling journeys across worlds, digging for the arcane secrets that might right the wrongs of her past. And look at that artwork. That is just ridiculous. So good. But if you want to find out more about the global series for Magic the Gathering CCG, check out magic.wizards.com, and you can find it all there. Just go to wizards.com, follow the links for the Magic the Gathering CCG, and you get all the good information on that. So that's what's new this week. Granted, there's probably a lot more what's new, and the best way to find out what's new at your local game store is go and ask them what's new this week, and they'll show you, and you can start adding all that cool stuff to your board gaming and tabletop collection. Now that leads us to what we always like to jump right into, our product spotlight. All right, so our product spotlight this week is Sakura by Rainier Genizia by Osprey Games. So let's go ahead and check that out.
Hi guys, Mia here with Board Game Spotlight, and today we're going to be looking at Sakura from Osprey Games. I found this game to be so much fun. It's really easy to understand and fun for families, especially kids. The premise is you are going to be painting the Emperor as he's going around in his lovely garden. You will be playing as one of his painters, and you are trying to vie to get the best positioning to be able to paint him and thus get the best portrait. I also call this game Cosplay Photographers at a Con. Now, the way that you move across the board is everyone is given 5 cards, and the cards will tell you exactly what's going to happen to not only the Emperor, but also to your own players. So the way you determine which cards will be going first is everyone takes their cards and simultaneously lays them down on the table. Now the one with the lowest number on the bottom is going to be the one that's resolved first. So for instance, if the 10 was the first one, we would look at the numbers up here and they tell you whether the Emperor or a player is going to move. Now if it's the Emperor, it will look like this, and this will tell you that you can move the Emperor either 1 forward or 1 down. So you'll be adjusting the Emperor along his path. If you have ones like this will tell you what you can do to another player. So for instance, if you're playing with multiple people and they're all in different spots, this one will tell you that the person that is closest to the Emperor currently will need to go back 2 spots. So you can move this person. A way to sabotage other players. Or, if you want to help along a player or even yourself, if you happen to be the furthest away from the Emperor, this symbol will actually tell you that you can move the person furthest away 2 up. So another way that you can kind of mess with people and where your friends are and where you're at on the board. Other ways are also skipping ahead of other painters, or even getting to move up further, or there's different ways that you can actually strategize how to get other players further away and yourself closer as you're moving along the board. Now as the Emperor gets to prime photo spots, marked with the little flowers there, this is where he's going to stop and where you want to make sure you put yourself in the best possible spot based on your cards without bumping into him. Because just in case you end up on the same spot as him, you've now bumped him, and that's a huge faux pas. and now you're going to lose your tokens. And the tokens are what you're gaining throughout the game in order to win. So whenever he gets to his spot and everyone's lined up, you then assess who is the closest, and the Emperor will give out different tokens to whoever's the closest and in the best spots. So for instance, if you're the closest, you'll get 3 tokens. The next person will get 2, and so on as they move along the board. Now at the end, when he's gotten to his final place in the shrine, everyone then counts up how many tokens they've gained by being closest to the Emperor for the prime painting spot, or how many they've lost by accidentally bumping into him along their trials. So really fun game, really fun ways to sabotage and to kind of be really competitive with friends. Fun game, super easy, takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. So get out there and see who can paint the Emperor the best.
So that's pretty cool. Osprey Games makes such beautiful, beautiful games. Their artwork is always phenomenal. And if you liked that video right there, check out Sakura and pick it up today. Wow, we're almost to the end. But we can never be quite to the end until we've done our community shout-outs. All right, so while we were at Origins this past weekend, we had the opportunity to talk to some really amazing individuals and some other individuals who also, though amazing, had some really cool projects that they were working on. And one of those projects is a short doc film called The Game Designers. And if you want to find out more about The Game Designers documentary, go over to thegamedesignersmovie.com. They're doing this really cool documentary on what it takes to be a game designer, what it takes to get a game designed, all the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations of game design, and just being a game designer in this industry and all the fun that you can have with it. So go check that out at thegamedesignersmovie.com. Next, we'd like to give a shout out to Cloak and Meeple. These guys are doing amazing things, and if you want to find out all of the amazing content that they're creating, check out cloakandmeeple.wordpress.com. And I'm sure if you do a search on Facebook too, Cloak and Meeple, you'll find their Facebook page. And then finally, on our community shout-outs, a good shout-out to our friendly geeky gamer guy. You can find out all the cool video content he's making over on YouTube. He's amazing, doing all sorts of great content along with just reviews and playthroughs and unboxings. The Geeky Gamer Guy on YouTube. The link will be posted. Check it out. Follow them all. Subscribe to their video content, and let's let them know that Game Trade Media sent you guys over there. So check all that out. So that's it. That's it for this week here at Board Games and Beyond. And so on that note, I'm Rick. This has been Board Games and Beyond, and I'll see you at the game store. Hey guys, we're super excited to share that our new book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, is now available.
We love tabletop gaming as much as you do, and we're so thrilled to share the finished book with the community. This book covers the history of the tabletop industry, from classic board games like Monopoly to collectible card games like Magic, and of course RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons.
The book also highlights some of the top talent in the industry, featuring interviews with Peter Atkinson, Matthew Mercer, Larry Elmore, and many more. Plus, we chatted with collectors from all walks of life who shared their own knowledge and insight about tabletop collecting.
We also discuss everything from the impact of crowdfunding on the current state of the industry, as well as take a look at all sorts of ways to preserve your collection for years to come. This book provides a perfect snapshot of the tabletop industry at large and shows what makes this hobby so great.
You can head into your local game store or comic shop right now and pick up your copy of the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games. If they don't have it in stock, you can order your copy through previews, through Game Trade Magazine, or through gemstonepub.com.
Thanks for watching Board Games and Beyond. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.